We have seen that in a singly linked list, each node consists of a data part and a pointer to the next node. The last node of the singly linked list contains a null in the pointer part of the node since it does not point to any node. However, if instead of it not pointing to anywhere, if it starts pointing to the first node, we have what is called a circular linked list. That means this last node over here, this one, it is pointing or containing the address of the first node. So if it is the first node is at address 100, so we will have 100 over here and it will start pointing to the first node. In this, we can traverse, even if we begin at any node, we can traverse the whole list. So if we begin over here, we can go to the next node at address 110. So we go to this node. Then we can access the next node at 420. Then we can access the next node at address 100. So we reach here. Then we can access the next node at 200. So we reach this. So even if we start from anywhere, we can traverse the whole list and reach where we started. So in a way, this circular linked list has no beginning and no ending. If we have to insert a node at the beginning of the circular list, suppose we have to insert a node over here. So what are the changes that are required? First of all, this new node has to start pointing to the node which is currently in the linked list. We have to update the head pointer, and also the value of the pointer in the last node will also need to be updated to point to this new node, as this will now become the first node of the list. So how can we take care of this? First of all, let us create a new node by a malloc statement, which is a dynamic memory allocation, and size is the size of node. This is going to return a void pointer. So we are doing a typecasting for a node pointer, and we have a variable which is a node pointer kind of a variable, temp. We are going to collect this address of this new node in the variable temp. So suppose this node was created at address 400. So 400 has been collected in the temp variable. So this temp is now pointing to the new node. This is an independent node as of now. We will put the value. So suppose we put value 10 in the data part. So in the data part, we have put the value. Also over here in the pointer part of it, this new node has to point to the current first node, because the current first node is going to become the second node. So where is the value of the address of this first node available? It is available in the head pointer. So we will update temp arrow next to head. So this would become the head part and it will have 100 value. So this node will start pointing to the current first node. Now what all changes are required? First of all, we need to update this and we need to update the head pointer. If we need to update the last node over here currently, we will have to traverse the linked list, and this we can do so by using another node pointer PTR. You can check my earlier videos for traversal of linked lists. We will initialize this to the current head value, which is 100, so that it starts pointing over here. We will keep on checking till the time it reaches the last node. And how will we know that this is the last node? Because pointer arrow next will be equal to the head value. If we find that pointer arrow next is equal to the head value, that means we have reached the last node. Till that time, we will keep on updating the pointer value to point to pointer arrow next. So each time it visits a node, it will be updated by the pointer arrow next value. So ultimately when it has the value 420, that means it is pointing over here. So pointer arrow next is now pointing to head, so we will not go within this loop. Now we have reached the last node, so we have to update this pointer value. This pointer should now point to the new node. And where is the address of the new node available? It is available in temp. So pointer arrow next, we are going to make it equal to temp. Then we are going to update the head value also, so that it now points to the new node. So head will be equal to temp. So in this way, we will insert a node in the beginning of the circular list. Just the way we maintain a head pointer, we can also maintain a tail pointer, which always points to the last node of the linked list. In case we have a tail pointer variable available with us, we will not have to traverse the linked list every time. We can simply, using the tail pointer, we can access the address part of the node over here and update it. Suppose we have to insert a node at the end in the circular list. Suppose a node has to be added over here. Now this node, which is currently last, it should point to the new node. The address part of the new node should point to the first node over here. So these are the changes that will be required. So how do we do it? First, we create a new node and collect its address in temp. So suppose this node was created at address 500. We have collected that address in a node pointer variable temp. This is an independent node right now. We add the value in the data part of this node. So each node we know is having the data part and the pointer to the next node. So in the data part we put some value, say 10, and the next part should point to the first node, because this is going to be the last node now. This new node is going to be the last node. So this should point to the first node. Where is the address of the first node available right now? It is available in head. So we say temp arrow next should be equal to head. So this is temp arrow next and this becomes equal to head. So this new node is already pointing to the first node. Now what we have to do is make sure that this node, which is currently last, now starts pointing to the first node, to the new node that has been created. Where is the address of this new node available? It is available in temp. So first we will traverse the linked list using a pointer variable ptr. We will traverse the linked list till we reach the last node. Once we are out of this loop, that means we have reached the last node, we are going to update the pointer arrow next to temp. So this will become 500. That means the last node has now started pointing to the new node. Now the new node has become the last node of this linked list. Let's see how we can delete the head node in the circular list. If we have to delete the head node in the circular list, that means this second node will become the first node now, and the last node now has to point to the second node. And this memory location, or the memory that was allocated to this node, this memory has to be returned back to the heap. So what we are going to do is we are going to traverse the linked list with the use of this node pointer variable ptr, which was initialized to head, and we will go on till we reach the last node. We will keep on traversing. This has been discussed earlier. Each time we visit a node, we will check whether pointer arrow next is equal to head or not. If it is not equal, that means we have not reached the last node. only when the next part is equal to head, that means we have reached the last node. Till that time, we will keep on updating the PTR variable to PTR arrow next. Once we have reached the last node, we have to update the pointer part of this to point to node 2. The address of node 2 is available currently over here, which is given by head arrow next. So PTR arrow next, that means this value, if we make it equal to head arrow next, so this will be updated to 200. So this node, the last node, is now pointing to the second node. This link has been broken. It is now pointing to the second node. The last thing that we need to do is release the memory allocated to the first node N1. And how do we release that memory? This address is available in the head part. So we free the head. So the memory that was allocated to this 100 location node is now returned back to the heap. And now what we have to do is update the head value to point to the second node. And where is the address of the second node available now? It is available in the last node. So we say head is equal to pointer arrow next, because pointer is still pointing to the last node. How we delete the last node in a circular list? If this last node has to be deleted, that means the second last node needs to point to the first node now. So if we have to traverse the linked list, we need to keep track of the last node, because then only we will be able to find which is the second last node. You can see my videos earlier on traversal of linked list, and we maintain 2 pointer variables for this. These are node pointers. PTR will be keep on updating till we reach the last node, and previous PTR will be changed in such a way or modified in such a way that it only points to the node which is previous to the node being pointed to by PTR. So let's see how this is taken place. I will just discuss this briefly. They are both initialized to head, so both are pointing to the first node currently. While PTR arrow next is not equal to the head value, so since PTR arrow next is not equal to the head value, we will update the PTR. But before updating the PTR, we will put its value in previous PTR. So currently, since both the values are same, previous PTR will become 100, will remain 100, whereas PTR will be updated to PTR arrow next. So this will become 200. As you see, PTR is pointing to node 2, whereas previous PTR is pointing to node 1. Again, PTR arrow next is not equal to head. That means we have not reached the last node. So we will update PTR. Before updating PTR, we will put the current value of PTR in previous PTR. So previous PTR will have the value 200. So it will now start pointing to this second node. Now we will update PTR to point to the next node and put a value 350 over here. So this PTR now starts pointing to the third node. This will go on till we reach the last node. So PTR will point to the last node and previous PTR will point to the second last node. So at this point, PTR will have a value 420 and previous PTR will have a value 110. That means we have reached the last and second last node. So for the second last node, we have to make changes so that it points to the first node. That means previous PTR arrow next should be made equal to 100, which is the address of the first node, and this address is available in the head pointer. So previous PTR arrow next becomes equal to the head value, which is 100. So this node is now pointing to the first node. Also, we will delete the last node by freeing the space that was allocated to this node back to the heap. So this node has now become the last node of the linked list. So this is how a circular list works.